All right, now we're getting ready to go on a drive that I'm a little nervous about. There was a lot of construction getting here and some crazy roads, and we're just leaving this like big spot here in Kirkland that's all kinds of weird streets. So this should be an interesting ride. Let's get this going. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back out of my parking spot, and then as soon as I get going forward and I get the okay, I'm going to let the car take over and hopefully drive me home here, and then I'll tell you guys about what version I'm on and all that. In fact, I'll just put it in the corner here because most likely I'm just gonna forget. So I'm gonna get going uphill here. As soon as I see the steering wheel, there it is. Double tap on the right gear stock, and here we go. So my hands are gonna be right ready. They're always kind of touching the back of the wheel, so like I always know what's going on, and I'm gonna slide this that way. And we're gonna give this a shot here. Here comes a guy flying in here. He can get past me, yes. All right, whoa, don't go, buddy. Okay, it waited, thank goodness. All right, now we should be able to go. We've done enough creeping up to the stop sign. Stay in our lane. Holy cow, it gummed it off that stop sign. That was pretty aggressive. Almost knocked over my recording gear. All right, I think we're okay now. So we need to be, let's see, we got to make a left turn here. So we're in the left turn lane. That's good. You can see the slowing down arrows there. You see the blue traffic light up there that it's watching. And you see the car that we're tracking. So this is good. Awesome. Man, I'm so excited. I mean, it's fun when I finally get to drive in a different area. And this area right here is about, I don't know, an hour and a half from my house. I just went to a dermatology appointment. I was really nervous because I have like a couple moles and I've never gotten them checked. And this is way too much TMI, but hey, I got a clean bill of health, so I'm pretty stoked, at least for another year. All right, here comes a green light. Let's go here. We should have, this shouldn't be any big deal for full self-drive. It should hold its lines just fine. Good distance between the car in front of us. Different kinds of sidewalks here too. Definitely cut that a little bit tighter than I would normally have done it. We did cross over the double yellow even though there was a car right up on them. But I mean, it didn't hit the car, so I guess that's a plus. So blinker's still on. Okay, there, it shut it off. All right, so as far as what we got here, we got 5 miles. Here's the version I'm on here. So I'll go down here, go into software. You can see that I'm on beta 11.4.4 or 2023.7.20. So most of you are probably on a similar variation to that. And so I'm gonna basically let this thing run without any disengagements. Oh, here comes a Ferrari. Oh, that was a Lotus, actually. I'm gonna let this thing basically run until it gets boring, maybe until we get on the highway, the freeway, and then I'll kill it. We've got shadows here, not messing with it. I'm gonna let it go up to 40 miles an hour. So when you flick this, well, you got a couple ways to adjust your max speed here. That's the right scroll wheel. If you go one at a time, it'll raise one at a time the speed limit or down. But if you flick it, it'll go up to the nearest 5. It doesn't go up 5. It may go up 5, it depends. But it's going to go up to the nearest 5. So last time it went up 3 when I did the full flick on it. So we're going to decide to stay in the left lane. Okay, we slowed down a little bit there while it was making this decision. The lane split into 2 there, and it chose the left lane. So let's see. How are you guys liking it though? Comment down below. How are you guys liking this version of full self-drive 4.4, 11.4.4? I've noticed on this update, it's kind of weird. I've noticed that I have an issue with just regular adaptive cruise control. Like I really haven't been able to use it. In full self-drive, it's fine. But if I turn it on without full self-drive, it's just slowing down and stopping all over the place. I mean, I have so many times where I'm driving on a road, there's no one around, no cars around, nothing, and my car is slowing down to like 20 under the speed limit and then just continuing to slow down. I'm like, I don't know what is triggering this. It's not a brake stop. It's not a phantom braking. It's not abrupt. It's very gradual. It just isn't holding the speed. I don't understand it. So hopefully in a future update, that'll be wiped out. And then on my Model Y, an issue that I'm having is I can't use Autopilot because it automatically triggers my windshield wipers. On a sunny day like this, clean, it's got clean, I've checked all this, clean cameras up top. It's still, the wipers are still just flapping away. I can't use it. So I don't know if I just need to recalibrate the cameras or recalibrate something. I got to probably submit a tech support there. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. So this guy kind of cut in front of us. The car handled it really well, slowed down to a safe speed so we weren't smashing up on their tail really quick. And so that's good. So, I mean, we're going to see. I hope that this drive handles everything, because this is probably what, maybe a little bit more complicated than the average driver does every day, unless you live in an actual city. But if you live in suburbia like I do, this is even more intense than that is every day. I can drive, I would say 80% of the time in my area where I live, which is not where I am now, without any disengagements. You know, if there's some traffic due to construction or something interesting happens, then that changes it. But on your standard, just regular drive, this is no problem. And so far, I haven't had any disengagements on this drive. In fact, if you've seen it already, I'll be sure to put the Autopilot blue steering wheel in the corner, so you know when you see that Autopilot is engaged. But a few other ways to see it is, if you see the giant blue line coming out of the front of my car, that means I'm in full self-drive, that it is engaged and the car is doing all the driving. And if you're new to all this, maybe this is the first time you've watched a full self-drive video, here's how all this works. About every 30 seconds or so, they're going to ask me, the car is going to ask me to put some sort of pressure on the wheel or torque on the wheel, like it is right now. And all I have to do is just kind of, you'll see me kind of touch this left scroll wheel here. You can touch either scroll wheel or put a little torque on the wheel. It's going to satisfy that. Okay, so here's the first kind of challenge. We got the right lane is closing and the cars from the right have to come into our side. So we'll see what happens up here. We're kind of getting into downtown Kirkland here, closer to Bellevue actually, probably more in Bellevue at this point. Very expensive area. I think the average home value in this area is like over $900,000, which would be actually kind of hard to find a home for $900. If you found it, it's going to be a total fixer. You're probably looking at somewhere 1.5. Pretty crazy area right here, just like any city, I guess. But anyway, we're going to be going up here and getting onto I-90, and it's got to find its way through all this. So let's see if we can figure this out here. I mean, this would normally be no big deal. It's just that we've got some traffic control coming up here. So we got the signs coming up. There's a traffic sign saying something's happening. Okay, so this car is coming in. The car sees it. It's slowing down, letting the car in. So that was good. It was polite. Like to see that. Got a car coming up on the left side, but they're not getting... Now, hopefully the car does not get in that left turn lane. Okay, it doesn't. So someday, what we have to see happen is when the car sees these cones, it's going to... Already the car will start to kind of merge over to stay away from the cones. It's supposed to be doing like a lot better than that with the last update. So, but someday it's going to have to be able to read this arrow board here saying get over and not get over at the last second, because you guys know how much people just absolutely love that. You go to the very, very end and dart over. You know, I don't know about your area. Let me know down in the comments. In our area, if you got like a lane ending and it's merging, like maybe at a construction zone, you'll have semi-trucks and other big rigs will just drive in both lanes in the center of them both to stop people from zipping up to the very front. I don't know if that's the way it is in your area, but we get some serious road rage over that kind of thing here. All right, light turns green. Waiting for the cars in front of us to go. Applying a little bit of force to the wheel with the volume scroll wheel. Nice and careful through the intersection. No jerking of the wheel. Nothing discomfortable, uncomfortable. We got some cones here. The car is swerving away from the cones, giving them extra space. I don't really know what's going on in front of me. The car doesn't. And one thing that happens in this situation sometimes is the car will jet out into the left lane up here to try to go around these cars. I'm just waiting for it to do it so I can stop it, because I don't want that to happen. I don't want to be in that turn lane, but sometimes the car doesn't know it's in a turn lane and it does that, and I hate that. So it's already kind of swerving towards that direction. I'm hoping it straightens itself out here when the light way up there turns green. So we're a little slow because of construction, but it's supposed to be better at this kind of thing with this update. When I did my last update video, you guys all said like that you didn't notice a lot about this update that was good. A lot of you guys said it was actually one of the worst we've had in a long time. I haven't had that experience. I thought it's been pretty good personally. And there again, of course, it straightened itself out. But are you guys still feeling that way now after it's been about a month or so since that update came out, 3 weeks, the 4.4? Are you still feeling like it's got a lot of ways to go as far as what the update says it can do? Or are you liking it better than the previous? Also, I have to say while I'm waiting here that I went and put the acceleration boost on my Model Y as well. So I've now got it on my Model 3 and my Model Y. They're both long-range vehicles. And I love having it on both of those cars. I think it's a great way to spend your credits if you get a chance to do it. It's been awesome. So anyway, okay, here we go now. We're getting into some crazy stuff, so back to driving. One thing I definitely see that has improved over previous updates, like what are we stuck at? Okay, so right now I'm pressing on the accelerator. We were just not moving. There was no crosswalk, no light, nothing. The cars in front of me were all moving. We should have been moving there. So I had to press the accelerator there. Not really sure why. Maybe some of you guys who've experienced this and maybe saw something I didn't could comment down below in the comments. Help me out on that. One thing I have noticed though is just a lot less kind of ping-ponging in the lane. It used to be where if we were going too slow, at higher speeds it didn't really happen, but on slower speeds, okay, changing lanes to follow routes. We're going to take the right lane here, which is kind of interesting because I think we have to be in the left lane up here. So now we got to maybe fight to get back in the left lane after a little bit. But on previous updates, well, a couple updates ago, I was commenting how when you're going like under 10 miles per hour, it felt like it just kind of like, it didn't know exactly where the road lines were. So it went from like left to right. Wow, check out this little electric car. But that thing's not on autopilot. Nope. All right, see, I wish I lived in a city like this or near it so I could do all my drives out here, because I feel like this is a way bigger test than in my area. I feel like Full Self-Drive has already conquered and already has checked out the box of suburbia driving. The simple, just couple turns, couple sidewalks, some long arterials, turn into a parking lot. It can do that kind of thing all day long. This is where the challenges start to actually happen, is in the cities. And I mean, that's kind of an accomplishment in itself, just being able to even say that that's the situation right now. But then again, every time I say that, I have a bunch of people in the comments say, well, what are you talking about? I am always almost running over curbs. I'm getting too close to center lanes. I'm, being unsafe on the road, even in suburban areas. That has most definitely not been my experience for a very long time. So I am very curious to see how you guys still feeling that way or not. So, okay, so we've got what, 2 miles left here. We got to navigate through this city. We're in downtown Bellevue. Okay, so I have another question for you guys. So now that there is this little window where you can transfer full self-drive, how many of you guys have taken advantage of that and bought another car who are maybe holding off on it because you were not wanting to pay for full self-drive on a second vehicle, and now that you can transfer, are going to go ahead and move forward with that purchase? I'm curious, because I feel like with the small window that opened up for that, maybe it's not enough to really make much of a difference. So I'm going to flick it up one more time to give it the ability to go up to 35 miles per hour. It was stuck at 32. Man, there's some nice cars around here. Okay, we are now the ones in this arrow board sign. So now we get to be the ones to test this out. Oh my gosh, so we're gonna do it right in the middle of an intersection. It saw an opportunity and it took it. Yes! Okay, but why are we slowing down? Okay, go fast. Okay, I see the speed limit. I'm gonna go back up, 30 up. Okay, again, I wanna be able to go 35 over. Wow, that did great! I got nothing back. I mean, yeah, we changed. Okay, people running across the street. What's he doing? What's he doing? Can I go? I don't know what he was just doing. He waved at me or something? That was interesting. I hit the brake there on accident, put it back into full self-drive. But the car saw them. It avoided them. But what was he doing? I got to relook at the footage there. Was he waving at me? I thought he was telling me to stop. I don't know. Who cares? But I think it handled that great. I mean, would you guys have changed lanes in the intersection, or would you have gone through and then changed lanes when the opportunity was right there, ready and presenting itself? See, that's where it's hard to say. I don't know. I feel like it did great. Lights green, guys. We have just about a little under a mile left to accomplish this drive without ever having to disengage the car. I accidentally tapped it when that guy was waving at me because I didn't know what he wanted me to do, and the car certainly didn't. And then that one time when I had to press on the accelerator a little bit because we were stopped. So that would be really the only time that I've had to in some way help out it, but I didn't have to disengage the car. It was still fully engaged in full self-drive. So, all right, here we go. We got a bit of a turn to the right here. There's a lot of road lines crossing. Handle that, no problem at all. Love it. We're getting close now. Again, we're gonna kill it when we get to I-90 here. We'll get on I-90, get into the traffic, where I get to spend the next hour and a half of my life, and then we'll be good to go. Man. By the way, you guys, if you guys are like loving decking out your cars and accessories, let me know down below in the comments what kind of things you guys want me to look at. We've reviewed, oh my gosh, hundreds of things on this channel. I love doing it. It's so fun. I love bringing you guys discounts and giveaways and whatnot, but like, what would you like to see like the next version of? I do already have coming up soon a new steering wheel, a new yoke wheel. It's not a normal yoke wheel for the Model 3 or Y. It's actually the Model X and S steering wheel that has been made for the Model 3. It's sitting in my studio ready to be reviewed and installed. Finally get that put on here, as well as another type of fridge. I have been loving having a fridge in my Teslas. I did not think I would. I have been loving it. Okay, are we gonna get in the right lane here? Apply force. So I wasn't being assertive enough. It actually gave me a beep that time. I didn't even know it was telling me to touch it. So to I-90 East, we're in the proper lane. Following this car around. See 100 feet, we should get some more. Okay, I'm gonna let it go 5 over the speed limit again, so I got it stuck at 65. Look at this, man. See, this car drove me out of the parking lot and it's gotten me now onto the main arterial where it's just gonna be easy going the whole way back to my house for the next hour and a half. But you don't wanna watch that because that'll be boring as hell. So that's pretty wild, huh? I love this. I mean, this is fun, guys. I just drove a full self-driving car with a very minimal, if you could even call it any, help from me the entire way there. This is just brilliant. Look at us go. As soon as we merge, guys, this video is going to be over. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you all who have taken the time to scroll down and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys for that tiny effort that makes a huge difference to me. So thanks so much, and I will see you all on the next video.